Beat it up like.
What is up, YouTube? Today I will be reacting to another Beyonce compilation, and this one is called Beyonce Isn't Bossy, She Is the Boss. And I think it's only fitting for me to do a Beyonce reaction marathon because, as y'all know, today is her birthday. Well, I'm putting this out tomorrow, so yesterday was her birthday.
Very, very productive day. Back on the helicopter.
Offensive T? Is that what this channel is called? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that is pretty clever. Offensive T. Yeah, she looks exhausted.
Tired? No, I'm good. I've been running a couple miles. All right. I'm Beyonce and I'm the president. I saw this YouTube clip and I held on to that. And the guys look like they made it up in their backyard. I haven't seen one person do it right. It just didn't happen. We got a whole 100 girls going up to 100 boys. What are we gonna do other than this?
Oh, this is them preparing for Who Run the World, that music video? I've seen the music video before.
I am a workaholic and I don't believe in no. I don't believe in I need to sleep.
Atheist queen,
If
but
I'm
she's not an atheist.
not sleeping, nobody's sleeping. I want to be a businesswoman, I'm a businesswoman. Independent.
I don't believe in sleep.
I'm not sleeping, nobody's sleeping. I want to be a businesswoman, I'm a businesswoman. Independent.
I need my
It's not
sleep.
easy. But I'm learning so much. And I'm making mistakes and I'm learning from them and I'm not afraid to make a mistake. I embrace mistakes. They make you who you are. I've never been afraid to fall, so. And I say all these things, but now I'm getting tested.
See, exactly. That's just like a Virgo, to basically double down on your convictions and then in the same conversation provide a contrasting view that you also believe in, which contradicts the conviction which was, you know, mentioned before. Oh, just like a Virgo.
And I'm learning.
That's because, like, we're just so smart and analytical, but we're also emotional, you know? We're like a 50-50 split, which makes us introspective and powerful and wise. Now I'm just making things up because I love us.
From them, and I'm not afraid to make a mistake. I embrace mistakes. They make you who you are. I've never been afraid to fall, so. And I say all these things, but now I'm getting tested. I'm happy it's over. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my.
Same, Beyonce, same. I could relate to that. A couple weeks ago, somebody reached out to me and they were like, do you need me to help you moderate the YouTube comments to make sure that you don't get any like nasty comments that you have to sort through? And in my head, I was like, that might be beneficial for me, especially as I continue to grow my YouTube channel. So on one hand, yes, I probably do need a moderator. On the other hand, I'm a control freak. So I don't trust letting anyone control which comments are posted or which comments are deleted except for me. Like, what happens if that person who volunteered to moderate, what happens if they watch one of my YouTube videos in the future, they hear something that I don't like and they try to sabotage me in the comments section and just delete not only the bad comments, but the good comments too? Then where does that place me? Commentless. No, I'm playing. No, actually, I'm not playing. I really feel that. I feel that way. So I'm distrustful in that regard. I have to be in control over my environment, over what's in my vicinity, over where I'm at, how long I'm there, who I'm with, and what I'm engaging with them. I don't necessarily know if that is equal to me wanting to control my environment. I think definitionally it is. But I'm not controlling over other people, if that makes sense. I'm just controlling over myself. Very controlling over myself. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all are like, yo, what is wrong with this dude? Especially if this is your first time visiting the channel. If it's not and you've been here for a minute, you're like, yeah, this is Manny.
Well, I am a wife, I am a daughter, I am a friend, and I am a woman.
Yeah. And that's period.
And she asked her, who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah, I mean, what kind of question is that?
Yeah. And that's period.
I mean,
How would you like it?
everything she said was accurate. She is a wife and a mother and a daughter.
To describe you.
A legend in the making.
A legend.
Yeah,
That's big.
I said in the making.
See, we're humble. We're humble. That looks like brain damage.
You are Beyonce. And
Exhibit
I've
A.
seen that meme before.
Exhibit B.
It's crazy. Like,
But sometimes you have to make... Well, no, you don't. Don't rationalize this. But yeah, sometimes... I'm the worst person to speak when it comes to things like this because, truth be told, I develop a pinched nerve in my shoulder doing reaction videos because I bought a chair. I stayed in that chair. I did hundreds of videos from that chair. This was in my old apartment. And like over the course of months, I knew that I wasn't positioned correctly. Like my posture was off. And so I was developing a lot of tension in my shoulder. But I had a job to do. I wanted to get out these reaction videos. So I just kept sitting in that position on my slanted floors. Y'all know about my slanted floors in the old apartment, right? That's part of what contributed to my shoulder. The fact that my floors were uneven. So no matter how I positioned myself, my shoulder was gonna hurt. Anyways, let's get back.
So this means it's gonna be a fantastic commercial. Every time I bleed, it's a hit. Inspired by my stage costumes, which I love because it incorporates fashion in the overall design. And I love fashion.
Me every
I'm
time.
very happy. I think it's very sensual, very feminine, very strong, very iconic. I said I want something big. I want something that says I'm here. Beyonce.
Oh, that's Rosie.
And it's a Jay-Z boy, yeah! A Jay-Z boy! Shall we sit down?
Yes. Don't get too close to my man.
Oh, don't get too close. Okay.
I love how she laughs at the end, but she is not joking. I get the sense that Beyonce is not joking when she tells her.
Don't get too close to my man.
Oh, don't get too close. Okay.
That's the cover up laugh. I do that sometimes. Like I'll say something real wild, and for a split second, I will gauge someone's reaction, and if it is one where they're like, "Whoa," then I'll laugh real quick, and I'll just say, "I'm just playing," but I'm not really playing. I just don't want them to think I'm a psycho.
I will not.
I'm gonna try not to lose.
He's not too good at nothing, so I can play him. I whooped him.
How many
Thank
times I
you.
go around that eight ball?
It does not matter, boo. I whooped you.
It does not matter, boo.
The bottom line, did you lose? Yeah, I lost.
All right.
She is just rubbing it in. But never grow too much.
What? Did I win? Did I win? Did I win? Did I win?
She did.
Did I win?
She did.
What?
But we did not hear what he was saying to her like before the game. He was probably like talking himself up, like, "Yeah, I could beat you. I could beat you." Oh, I've seen this one
Way
before.
of doing it is y'all discussing amongst yourself, not in front of me, because that's distracting to me. In the same way that your spirit is killed, I can feel every little thing, and I'm not focusing on what I need to be focusing on because I'm worried about everybody else, and I don't need people to think for me. I'm the crazy psycho that knows every single cue, and I'm very serious about my production, and I like things to be right.
Same. Sometimes I'll spend hours and hours. Well, should I admit this? So when I was actually, 22, I was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder and also listed perfectionist tendencies. I don't think that's like an actual category. But sometimes that comes out. Like when I'm editing videos, if the contrast is off even by a little bit, or if the brightness is off, or if I'm like, ooh, this is too saturated, or there's something about the clothing that I was wearing that affected the color of the camera and the white balance, then I'll spend hours and hours trying to fix that. When honestly, that is unhealthy, because that's time I could spend recording more reaction videos, quite frankly. So that's something I'm trying to get under control. I'm thinking about working with a behavioral psychologist in the future, especially once my financial situation becomes more stable. You know, like going into my 30s and 40s, I really want to build an entire team around me. A therapist, a behavioral psychologist, a psychiatrist, a physical therapist that could help me work with some of the ailments that I have. And of course, friends and family. Basically, I'm a diva and I need everything to be like very, and also a receptionist would be helpful. No, I'm playing. See, that's one of those things where like I'm not really playing, but I have to say that I'm playing, or otherwise y'all are gonna think I'm a straight up psycho.
That black tip is really get lost. That chord is too dark. That's better. You can't hear the melody because all you hear is bass. It sounds good, it's just hard to hear because there's so much stuff going on. No, not that. I think we just need to be a little more aware of what's going on the stage. Good is all right, but it ain't great. Very, very productive day. Back on the helicopter.
Did I say 21? I meant to say 24. That's when I got the diagnosis. It's 21, I was 30. Okay. Yeah, 24.
Fuck, it's a Sunday.
I was excited that I could sit down on the steps and it could be informal. Everyone was like, no, you can't do that. Why is it a fire hazard to put some stairs?
Because I gotta run out of here. Like,
He's making a good point. That's a good point.
Those candles don't look right. I don't like them. I think it might just be better without the candles.
Yeah, they don't look right.
They're not doing anything for me.
I hate her. I tell you now. I'm going to find it very difficult to be pleasant to it.
I almost feel like every song that uses piano, we should use a real piano instead of that. Like, what's the point of a keyboard when you got a real piano?
but why do you have to be that close? Why can't you be here?
Because I want to be like this.
Why do you have to question me? Yeah.
A keyboard when you got a real piano.
But why do you have to be that close? Why can't you be here?
Because I want to be like this. And I won't feel like this. I'm sure this looks fine. It's boring, but it's whatever.
Keyword for change it.
Though I know they wanted to strangle me, and when they saw me, I'm sure it was like, oh God, here comes the principal. But at the end, the reward was so high. I'm a person that's willing to stay up 24 hours to make sure that it's right.
And that's a period.
Oh, that's it? But there's like a minute left. Oh, that's it. All right. If y'all enjoyed this reaction, please comment, like, and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Peace.